Due to popular demand, I have decided to open up my YouTube channel. So I thought no better time than ever before. I should do an introduction. Now, if you've been following me on some of my other socials, you'll know that there was a period of time where I was producing like really high quality video edits and content. And over a period of time, I've left and kind of stepped away from it. And it seems like um, the people that I'm engaging with, it's a little bit more favorable that they see a more raw, unfiltered, unedited version. So I've decided to keep things that way. So let me give you a quick rundown. I was born in the 90s. I'm originally from Derby in the Midlands. 22 is when I got married. That was 2013. I got married, crashed a car, fell into debt, all in the same year. Absolute nightmare of a situation. Obviously, did not get things off to the best of starts to when I'm thinking about how I got married and what happened after that. Yeah, I'm now 11 years into being married, 11 and a half. Love my wife and my kids, I have to say that now. And 2013, my recruitment career basically kicked off. I stayed there for a few years with the same company and I did reasonably well. And later on, I decided I'm going to start my own business. So that was 2016. It's also the same year that my first son was born, which was an interesting story because I was planning on closing the company down the night before he was born, because I had like a period of where I didn't actually collect any cash, and the day that he was born, I closed just over 20k worth of fees on the day. And I believe that he came with some blessings, and he has a soft spot forever for me. So that same rule applies for my other children as well, of course. My youngest son came with a different kind of blessing, and I do see it as a blessing. He has special needs. He has autism. Yes, it is very challenging. However, I see this as an opportunity where I get to house, home, take care, and raise somebody who is destined for paradise. And that gives me a level of comfort despite the challenges and difficulties that are faced with having an autistic child. Although my wife would take care of she takes the brunt of the responsibilities when it comes to taking care of him. However, there are always special arrangements that have to be made for everything in terms of where we live, how we commute, how we travel. All these things have to be considered into it. So without turning this into a pity party, I thought I'd give a little bit of an introduction. So what I've been up to is I have a keen interest in business. I have a keen interest in my religious principles in Islam, in my deen, including some of the political elements, which I'll be going into at some point. And I also have a really keen interest in my family life. And that means that I want to be able to give the best to my kids, to my wife, to my family, the upbringing. And that means that there are some things that come at a cost. And I accept that my risk is from Allah. For those who don't understand that, it means we believe that all the money that we earn is a gift from God, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that means that whatever I have earned so far, it is thanks to Him. And I also accept that things could change in future. And that means that every single person out there, and I suppose I can share this as a lesson now as well, is that I don't compare myself to anybody else, because my income, my risk, my businesses, everything that I do, the challenges that I face, the opportunities that I come across are all unique to me. And it will be the same for you and for every single person out there. So whenever you look at other people and you consider what are they up to, what are they doing, what are they talking about, all of it is completely irrelevant, because what they're doing is they are facing their trajectory of their life and their challenges and their opportunities, and the money that they're going to make is a byproduct of it. And I'm mentioning this because while I start talking more about my or sharing some of my recruitment advice from my own experience on Instagram and TikTok, one of the videos that did reasonably well was one. It was quite a joyous video, is because the business collected a six-figure sum in cash in 1 month. Not the first time, but it's it was like a monumental moment, and I shared it, and I decided to. I thought this was a good opportunity to talk about risk and income and the blessings that come with having kids and everything else as well relating to it. So when I made that video, it performed from an algorithmic perspective reasonably well, but I decided to take that tone because the money that the business made, that wasn't how much that came straight into my pocket, but nonetheless we operate with very high profit margins. The money that was made is two things. One is a byproduct of the work that I do, and the rest of the team, I've got to add. Like, in fact, other way around, is a byproduct of the work that my team do, that I've been part and parcel of building. So that was one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is that when we understand risk as Muslims, we understand that there's so many reasons why it might not happen. And this I want to give as an example. When you're trying to collect a payment from a customer, and this is regardless of whether you're an employee or if you're in your own business, the person sending the payment, something could happen to them where the payment just doesn't complete. Like they forget to press the button, they have a medical emergency, and they, God forbid, they die. Yeah, anything happens, and that payment is just not going to come to you unless you really, really chase it down quite hard. And when you consider all of these variables, you begin to realize how many things are not in your control. So, considering all of that, there's my little introduction, and I want you to be aware that for those of you who stick around and follow, I'd really appreciate if you do. You're going to see a few things from me. One is I'll be talking about Islam, some of the religious lessons and principles that I adhere to and I practice and I've learned and I've understood and studied over years. And I'll also be talking about my business, my experience along the way, some of the challenges that I've faced, what's worked, what's not worked, so that you can take lessons from it. If you don't already know, if anybody who's actually looking to start a recruitment company, I actually show how to do it for free. I have a community where you can click the link. I'll put it in the video so that you can check it out. And I'll also be sharing lessons from my family life. I don't want to say it just because of that, but yeah, not specifically relating to my son, but I will be talking about his development stages as well, because he can't communicate properly just yet. He still wears nappies. Again, that comes with its challenges when relating to like where he goes, where he can't go, what safety measures have to be put in place, including in our home when we travel, all of these things, and some of the joyous moments that he gives me as well. So, considering my son, the upbringing of my oldest child, married for 11 years now, alhamdulillah, I'll be talking about everything along the way. So this is me. This isn't going to be a channel that is purely focused on business or purely focused on one particular topic. This is me, my life, everything relating to it, and if it's one video that you like, you might like another one, but ultimately it's everything relating to my experience, my journey, everything that I've encountered, all the lessons that I've learned, not holding anything back. And I'm going to be taking an unfiltered approach to this. That means I'm going to make as many videos as I can that are just completely uncut, just talking raw as it is. My view is that you get a little bit more in terms of some of the like personal knacks and traits that people have, and you get that more when you consider the unfiltered version. And you might see that online with other YouTube personalities, where as soon as they become really, really more edited, it's just I don't know, it's just not my type. So it's going to be raw, it's going to be unfiltered. Hope you all enjoy, and expect to see more videos from me.